What's up, guys? It's Chris here from Mainly Mesh. Here, let me move the mic a little closer. I'm back. And by I'm back, I mean I'm not actually back. I'm at home for a night, and then I'm still gonna be living in the woods. But now the kids are all gone. I got electricity in my tent and can record videos there and then upload it on the. Regardless, I'll be able to see you guys a little more often. As you can notice, I lost my pair of glasses. Pretty frustrated about that. Got a new pair. I don't look as nerdy, which I kind of regret. Just so many life changes you guys are gonna have to adjust to. I'm just a new man. I'm mean now. I'm self-centered. I'm not giving away that stick on Instagram until 10,000. Just yeah, great summer for me. I hope it's been equally as good for you guys. Figured I would also give my 2 cents on the proposed rule changes, or the two that I saw. The first being the adding the 4-inch rule to high school. I'm really mad they didn't do that this year. It's something that I thought really made a big difference in the college game in terms of the consistency of the passing. It was something that when I went into college, I wasn't nearly as good of a stringer, and then the shooting string rules really forced me to develop that quote Goldilocks theory. And the whole principle behind the Goldilocks theory is allowing the mesh to be the thing that's creating the coefficient of kinetic friction that I talked about in the physics of hold, and not have it be these cotton nylon strands that are just not nearly as consistent as your mesh is going to be, especially now that you have all these high performance meshes out there. I don't know why you wouldn't just let your mesh do the work. And yeah, I'm never ever going to use more than a nylon and a shooting string in my sticks. Now that I've gone that way, it's just I'm always going to stay that way, regardless of whatever rules there are. And I think it's something that could really, really benefit the youth lacrosse players in America if they adapted that rule more universally. I think it really. I mean, I can't tell you how many youth sticks I've seen that are illegal almost entirely because of the U. And oh no, your stick has a little less hold, maybe, if your stick isn't well strung. Some days I would love to just give youth players a big old brine high wall or STX high wall and give them a flat pocket or give them a woody and teach them off of that, because that's how you get your stick skills. If you're in 3rd grade and you're watching this video, I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need to go work on your sidearm shot. Hit the wall, pass overhand, and that's what's gonna. I feel like I'm Canadian right now. You want to hit the wall, pass overhand. Really forecheck, establish a forecheck, get in on the boards, and stick to the fundamentals. Rely on your teammates. But that's the truth of the matter for me. Is it's a very common sense transition that I'm waiting to see. And frankly, for those more talented stringers out there, it's gonna start trying to string with the new rules, because it's going to push your stringing to a higher level. You're not going to be able to lean on some of those crutches that were the U and the V that can make it seem like your stick has more hold than it really does, when really that's just more catch, that higher coefficient of static friction, and it's going to be a less consistent pocket. So I think that's all I have to say about that. I mean, you guys know where I stand, because more often than not, I'm stringing college legal sticks. I don't even really like using those high school spec heads anymore, because I think you get a way better channel off of the universal ones. And that Nas X with the 2 shooters has more hold with less whip of any stick I've ever used. And it's still kind of mind-blowing for me that I can throw the toe drags that I want to, messing around, and, you know, spin my stick in circles, and then I have almost no whip on my stick. And that was kind of my dream as a player from when I was 3, but I started in 5th grade. I started a little late. But yeah, then the next is the proposed face-off rules. Honestly, I don't really understand why we're still freaking out about the face-off. I thought the whole rule about the penalty after 3 violations made a huge difference this year. You could see it a few times in the NCAA D1 playoffs this year, where some really talented face-off guys. I think it happened to Fowler. I think it happened to maybe the Notre Dame guy or the Denver guy. I can't remember. Sorry. Where they would get, you get 2 quick ones, and I saw it at the D3 level. You get 2 quick ones, and then you're not going to get your third, because if you jump again on your third, you're in the box for 30 seconds, and that's that's almost a 50-50 chance for a good man up, or 30, whatever. And so I thought that did beautiful things for the face-off. I think the only time I see issues with the face-off are in the MLL, where, and they're allowed to kind of grip up on the plastic. They've always been a little looser in the rules, and I'm sorry, if you want to fix the MLL face-off, I mean, those guys can adapt to cheating a little less. I mean, you should hear Greg Gorenlian talk about the cheating, but they'll be fine. I don't get what they mean by not allowing the ball to stay in the back of your stick, because you should always be able to pinch and pop. Lacrosse should always have the make it take it ability that the face-off adds. I would understand if you can't just run down with this ball stuck in the back of your stick and then shoot it out, because that's the only way to get it out of your stick. I remember when I was younger, just having kind of a common sense rule. Once you're out, if you're in the open, you're supposed to be getting it out of your stick. If you do one shake and it doesn't come out, then that's illegal. Have it be a judgment call by the officials. I don't see much wrong with that. Casey Vach has been all about, and a lot of people have been all about, getting rid of the motorcycle grip. And I mean, I have to say, if the injuries keep on going up and if we keep on having scrums, then yes, I agree with getting. I mean, it would make it a quicker draw. But I really like the physicality of the face-off. I think it's kind of cool having it as a little bit of an art form. I think it's cool that more and more kids are learning the proper way to do it. The Face-Off Academy is really upping their presence in the game. I think that's awesome. I think not allowing you to just keep the ball in the back of your stick would really push some of those fogos to be more than just a fogo. If you have to carry the ball in your stick, I mean, if that might work for you in high school, but if you see, once you hit college, those guys who can't cradle, and you hound them. If anything, you let them win that face-off, and you send a pole out there. I had this Ben Brewster, name drop, currently plays for Bowdoin College. Actually, did he just graduate? He might have just graduated. Gosh. He totally just graduated. But when he was a scrap of a pole back in high school and he had no stick skills whatsoever, they would send him out on the face-off, and he would just stand up when the whistle blew, and the other guy would just kind of scoop it to himself, and then he would just go after it, and he was one of the best takeaway poles in the state, and he would just go grab the ball, because he liked his odds in the scrum. And I think that's what you're going to get if you don't have an athletic I wouldn't want to say athletic, because you can be athletic and not good at lacrosse, but just a non-lacrosse playing fogo. So that's all. I mean, the motorcycle grip, if you don't have one thing Greg Gurenlian talked about that I thought was a very good point is a lot of those scrums, it's not the other person pinning their stick, it's you've won the face-off and you're pinning your own stick, and you're waiting for them to give you an opportunity, looking around. I mean, and I've done that in face-offs for sure. My favorite moves is deflator, so I go in and deflate back, and the beauty of that is the ball's in your stick, they're on top of you, so they aren't allowed to pin you. But what I can do is I can just chill out for a second with the ball upside down in my stick, look around, and I could take 5 seconds and you're not going to be able to get the ball out unless you're doing something illegal with my stick. And is that a little shadier? Okay, maybe. So if you want to get rid of that, that's fine. But I don't see why, especially in a year where I thought college lacrosse really experienced the. I mean, look at the way that the tournament rolled this year. So many 14-11 games and 11-8. Part of that was the teams we were playing, but we weren't having those 6-5 games of the past. You know, I think the national average went up by like 4 a game or something absurd. I think the game's gotten so much better. The shot clock might be a cool thing, but I don't know. I really like where the game is right now. And so that's my 2 cents. But I will hopefully start stringing up a few more sticks. I'm gone for a few more days. And then I head back to where my few pieces of mesh are located. That's about it for now. Missed you guys a lot this summer, and as I have promised, we have plenty of things in line for you guys that I know I've been talking about this for a while, but it's going to be a great year. It's been an incredible year, and it's going to be another incredible year. Today, I just feel thankful. So thank you all. Keep spreading the love and the positivity. Keep doing you guys. You guys are the best. And I'll catch you guys next time.